Hey everybody, it's Pastor Dwayne and
Donna.
coming to you with a very important special announcement concerning Life Point Community Church gathering together again live in this building, and we are very, very, very excited that that day is quickly approaching. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to lay out a plan for you of what it's going to look like when we come back together. And I'm probably going to answer many of your questions as we go. So hold your questions. We're going to give you a brief time at the very end of this announcement for those of you that are logged on to Facebook, either on my page or on the church page, to ask any questions. But I bet if you hold those questions, we'll answer many of them as we go. So are you excited that we're coming back together?
I am so excited
What's been the toughest part for you during this whole deal?
that we haven't all been together. That's been the hardest thing, missing all my church family.
You did a great job preaching to an empty room Sunday morning.
Thank you.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, hopefully we're not going to have to do that again, because this coming Sunday on May 17th, we're going to meet again with live services. And so let me explain to you as succinctly and as clearly as I can how that's going to look like. So for at least the next 30 days, unless something changes dramatically, you're going to have 3 opportunities to join Life Point on Sunday morning, beginning this coming Sunday, May the 17th. You're going to have 2 Sunday morning services live, one at 9 a.m. and one at 11 a.m. And then you're going to continue to have your online opportunity on the online campus at 11 a.m. And so you can join either of those 3 services as we go forward for the next little while. We're going to borrow a page from the playbook of Kroger and Publix, and we're going to ask those of you that might be in the more senior age categories to join us for our first service. And the reason we're going to do that is that's going to be the time when it'll probably be the least attended of the 2 services. We think, we don't know yet, but we think that's going to be the least attended of the 2 services. And frankly, that'll be the time when the building will be the least,
All right, it'll be freshly cleaned.
yes, contaminated. That's not a good word.
Yeah, we're not contaminated.
Right. So if you can, those of you that are in a more senior age group, come to the 9 o'clock service on this coming Sunday. There will be no Life Kids. There will be no nursery, and
At either service.
at either service. Yes, yes.
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
At the 9 o'clock service, it's not just the seniors too. You also want to invite people who have probably the lower immune
Yeah.
systems, and or is that on down your list?
Yeah, we're gonna get
Okay,
there.
I'm sorry.
That's good. No, thank you. I told her to interrupt me if I skip something, so. We're gonna have 2 rooms available for your children that will not be manned, but they'll be open. Our nursery will be open, but it won't be manned. There'll be hand sanitizer and things of that nature in that room. And also what it was typically, the Cherub Church room is going to be open. We'll call that a cry room. If you got a child with you that might be having a difficult time staying in the service will be streamed on the television in the cry room. So if you need to, make yourself available to that, that'll be open to you. The coffee bar in that room will be closed, and the only people that are going to go into that room are going to be those folks that are part of the prayer team. And so that room will be closed. There won't be coffee. You're welcome to bring your own coffee and that sort of thing with you. The entrance doors are going to be propped open. Let me just stop just a second and let you know. I can almost feel what you're thinking as I'm going through this list. There's going to be some of you that think that our measures aren't strong enough, and there's going to be some of you that think that they're too strong. So I'm going to tell you what we've decided to do as not just Dwayne and Donna, but our leadership team, is to err on the side of caution. We're going to be overly cautious, at least for these next few weeks, to make sure that we don't see anyone infected, especially here. And so we're going to do everything we can do to make sure that this is a clean, sanitary, safe environment for you to come and worship in. One of the things that's going to happen is when you come in Sunday morning, The sanctuary will look dramatically different. There won't be any rows. We're going to set up tables with a small number of chairs around each table. We're going to encourage each family to sit with your family at a table. And obviously, our ushers will be here to help accommodate any of that. And frankly, we don't really know what that's going to look like just yet. But that's our plan, is to have you sit at tables instead of rows. That way, it might be a little bit easier for us to maintain those social distancing requirements.
Yeah, and if you have a small family or you're a single person, obviously, we don't expect you to sit at a table by yourself. You just can use wisdom, sit at the table with, somebody else, but just keep yourself spaced at a decent distance from
Yes.
each other at the table, so.
We're going to try to maintain, unless you're sitting with your family, only 4 seats around a table. So that'll keep us able to keep you distanced a good bit there. That we won't be passing offering bags. There'll be a box as you exit for your offering envelopes, your checks, cash, and your connection cards. We won't pass out your connection cards. They'll be on the table waiting for you when you get here. We won't pass out bulletins. They'll be on your table waiting for you when you get here. We're going to do our best to limit our hand-to-hand contact. For the time being, you're going to ask me about the Sunday morning adult growth group. For the time being, that's going to stay as it is, and it'll be done online as it has been at 6 o'clock on Sunday evening. So for the time being, for the next few weeks, there's not going to be any Sunday morning small groups, any Wednesday night small groups. Those will continue some of them are happening on Facebook, some of them are happening online. The only change to that might be Trent's youth group may come back to the Wednesday night deal here on campus a little sooner than some of the rest of the things. So here's what you need to hear from your pastor. I love you and I want you here. But here's who doesn't need to come. Do not need to come. Doesn't need to come. If you're in one of those senior categories and you have some underlying health issues, and you've heard them all, heart conditions, pulmonary conditions, diabetes, or maybe you're immunocompromised, you probably need to stay home and worship with us online. If you have, if you're coughing, sick, running a fever, you certainly need to stay home and just use good wisdom in that.
Well, that would be even if we weren't in the middle of this.
Exactly.
If you're sick and coughing and running a fever, don't come.
Yes. You stay home and watch online. Now listen, if you're uncomfortable with this in any way, there is no judgment. Stay home. I don't want you to come to church if you feel uncomfortable. I don't want you to come to church and be worried the whole time you're here. If you think this is too soon, I promise you, and you know me, there is no judgment. If you're not comfortable, if you're not ready, stay home and worship with us at the 11 o'clock service online. Amen?
Yeah.
So that's the short part. People are going to ask me about masks. We won't have masks here. You are welcome to bring them with you.
Wear them in the building.
We won't have them here, but you're welcome to bring them with you. There will be several places in every room where there's hand sanitizer available. And we would ask that you make yourself available of that. We would ask that you be prudent about washing your hands and using those hand sanitizer stations. Now listen, here's what we have to do. Life Point Community Church is the lovingest, huggingest church there is. But we're going to have to love each other with our eyes for a little while. Now listen, I love the fist bump, I love the handshake, and I love the side hug. Elbow. But we're going to have to, the hashtag I saw was, it's okay to smile and wave. So for the next few weeks, it has to be okay to just smile. I got to stay home. It's okay to just smile and wave. Let me make sure I hadn't missed anything. Yeah, so please, no handshakes, no hugs, no fist bumps. Let's love each other from a safe distance. Now, if you want to help us prepare the building for our return, we're gonna meet Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. And we're gonna go through these buildings to make sure they're clean. We won't be able to work in teams. We'll have to have individual jobs. But we're gonna, where you can, we'd love for you to come out and join us from 10 o'clock to probably just a couple of hours.
Yeah, if we have
Just
enough
to make
people,
sure.
just to clean and get everything straight and ready for Sunday morning.
Yeah, because,
so.
even if there's just gonna be a handful of us here at that first 9 o'clock service, we're gonna have a celebration, and I can't wait to see you guys.
And one more thing, I mean, I know we just kind of said it in passing, but that 9 o'clock service for seniors, but also if you just tend to get sick easy and want to come to the 9 o'clock service and you're not a senior citizen, you are welcome at that service as well.
Right.
So we're just trying to,
Do
do the best we can.
Yes, and one other thing we're going to have is over in the Robbie Johnson Student Center, we're gonna have an overflow room set up because the chairs that we have set out for that service is going to be all that we're going to use for either of those two services. If we fill those seats, and they're gonna be much less than there are, typically. If we fill those seats, we're gonna ask you to step across to the Robbie Johnson Student Center. There'll be a staff pastor over there, and the service will be streamed over there, and you'll be able to gather over there in a similar fashion as to what we're gonna have over in this main building. So the key is, get here on time, and you'll get a seat. So, Donna, have I missed anything?
I don't think so. But I would say, maybe you're watching or you're seeing this and you've been following us online and don't have a church home and you want to come check us out, then, obviously these services are available for you as well. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. And we are going to have some special rooms set aside for our first-time guests. So we want to encourage you, if you've never been with us live, there is no life like Life Point Life.
some special what? I missed that. Set aside for,
A special section for first-time guests.
oh, okay.
Yes. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up the floor here. I'm going to be on my Facebook post, and Donna is on hers, on the Life Point page. If you've got questions,
Now's the time.
now is the time.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I'm not getting any either.
Maybe you
Maybe
covered
we
it better
covered-
than you thought.
Maybe we covered it quite well.
Give him a few seconds though.
Yes, we're gonna give him a couple seconds, yes. I'm so excited about being able to, I don't care if there's 7 people here on Sunday morning. I'm just so excited about looking out and seeing people.
Having some people sing with us from the
Wow,
audience.
that's
That'd
gonna be
awesome.
amazing, isn't
Having
it?
my praise team back on stage. Awesome. I mean, I've had my praise team, but even more of my praise team.
Right. Okay, well, it looks like that we have obviously answered your questions. So we're going to sign off, and we can't wait to see you.
Well, and if you think of something, after we sign off, obviously, we can give either one of us a text or shoot us a message on Facebook or something to let us know if.
Absolutely.
Okay, here's one. By an unmanned nursery, what does that mean for the babies? So she may have come on late, so Kayla was asking about that.
Yeah, what that means is,
For an unmanned nursery.
yeah, Miss Louise will not be here taking care of the nursery. If your baby will sit with you inside the service, they're welcome to do that. It may wake up and get cranky and you need to take them out to the nursery, you're so welcome to do that as well.
But we will have the service streaming in the cherub room, so if you want to sit in there with your baby or have to take them out, you still won't miss the service and you'll be here. So that's what we mean by unmanned right now.
Yes, still online. We are absolutely, the service that you guys have been enjoying online for the last 6 weeks will continue probably perpetually.
But just at 11.
But just at 11 o'clock.
Online.
The 9 o'clock service will not be broadcast, just the 11 o'clock service will be broadcast. And there we go. Just sit there and look pretty. Was that for you or for me?
I don't know.
Hudson is welcome. He's a trooper. He'll be good. All right, guys, I guess that is, that is all.
Again, if you think of anything, shoot one of us a text, shoot us a message on Facebook, and
Yeah,
we'll answer you, or give us a call. You know, we'll answer you as best we can. Because a lot of this is going to be trial and error too. This
Yes.
is brand new, just like the whole online thing was a brand new thing for us. We're setting out with these ideas in mind, and so over the next few weeks, we'll probably tweak as we go. And so you're just going to be patient with us, and while we try to figure out this thing, we just want us to get back together, and we want to do it the right way. And you know, so just be patient with us. Join us and join the team and help us work this all out. So.
yeah, and we're gonna ask for your cooperation. I saw I didn't tell you this. There was a church in our state that opened up this past Sunday and did not do some of the things that we're doing as far as paying attention to social guidelines and social distancing. And so their church is now going viral for all the wrong reasons. And so we don't want that to happen to LifePoint. We want to make sure that we do things the
right way.
the responsible way. And as we go forward, these guidelines will get relaxed, and all will be back. We'll be able to hug again someday, I promise.
Have air hugs.
Air hugs, yes. And anyway, so you're going to see something pop out on Facebook here probably later on this evening. You'll get an email that will describe all of this.
Right.
And if you have any questions, you can respond to that Facebook post. You can respond to the email. And as Donna said, if you've got our numbers, you can text it, and we'll do our best to communicate with you. Hey, we love you. We can't wait to see you.
Yeah, you know what? God's done amazing things just through this online stuff. So I think as we continue to try to seek Him and do the best we can, I think even in this stage of all this, we're going to see God do some big things too. And
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what He's going to do.
Connie and Bill said we were lovely.
You're lovely too, Bill and Connie, and we love
y'all.
you.
Hey, we're excited about seeing you guys more than you know, and we just can't wait to put our virtual arms around you.
Just to put eyes on you
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
worship with you in this building.
All right, look forward to seeing you. Try to join us
Saturday,
at 10
10
o'clock if you can.
I'll try to send out a Facebook invite for that.
That'd be great.
So.
God bless y'all. We'll see you soon.